So I was watching back lesson 0 and I realized my voice sounds really dead inside. Then again, I am a victim of the British education system. This is a keyboard. As the name suggests, it is a board of different keys. This might look a bit intimidating at first, but don't worry, we're gonna go through the entire structure of the keyboard section by section. First up, we have the letter keys over here. These are the keys that you're gonna be using 90% of the time. As you may have already noticed, the letter keys are not in alphabetical order. Instead, it is in the QWERTY layout Q, W, E, R, T, and Y. The QWERTY layout was designed for the typewriter more than 100 years ago to prevent jams. Typewriters physically stamped keys onto a paper, so if two keys were pressed really quickly, then the typewriter would get jammed. So the QWERTY layout was invented to separate the most frequently used letters, and so this would decrease jams. As you are probably wondering right now, this is very inefficient, and but the reason we still use it to this day is because it has been the standard for more than 100 years, and a lot of people are already very used to this layout. So that's enough about the letter keys. Up top we have the number keys, which thankfully are placed in order. Again, similar to the letter keys, you just press it and the number shows up on screen. We'll get to that later. Up above that we have the function keys. These perform different, functions depending on the program that is currently being used. Okay, so now we're actually going to press a key. So go ahead and press the Windows key and type in Notepad. So we've just opened up a new Notepad file. If we type in with any of the letter keys, it's gonna show up on the screen, so like that. And if we press the number keys, that will also show up on the screen. This obviously doesn't make any sense, so we're gonna go ahead and delete all of that by pressing backspace, which is here. Okay, so let's quickly type a sentence. I'm gonna write, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay. So obviously there needs to be a space between each of the words. So what we can do is we can use the arrow keys to move the cursor in between the letters in the sentence. So if you press the left arrow key, you'll see the cursor move to the left. We'll just head to between the first and second word, and then we're going to use the space bar to separate those two words. We're going to go again using the right arrow key and separate the rest of the words. Okay, now it makes sense. Few more keys left to discuss. We're gonna talk about enter, caps lock, and tab. Pressing the enter key will create a new line on the notepad like this. Press enter as many times as I want. I'll create many new lines. And then backspace deletes those new lines. Caps lock locks all of these letters into their capital form. What I mean is, if I type without caps lock, it's gonna type in lowercase. But if I type with caps lock, automatically all my letters will be in uppercase. Next we have the tab key. Tab is used for indentation, so if we just move to any random point in the middle of this bunch of letters, press tab and it indents these words. Okay, so here is where things start to get a little bit more advanced. So as you've probably seen, the keys have more than one letter on them. So we have, like, for example, the comma sign and the less than sign, slash, and a question mark. We've got like the 9 and the bracket. They're both on the same key. So what if I want to use, for example, these brackets? Well, if I press the key, it's just gonna type in 9. Let me just do this on a new line. If I press any of these keys, they're just gonna type their number. So that is where modifier keys come into play. Shift over here is a modifier key. When we hold down Shift, the key is going to use the alternate symbol on it. So if I press 7, it's gonna type 7 on the notepad. But if I hold Shift and then I press 7, it's gonna type this ampersand key. This goes for any of these, so this will all type their alternate keys. Same down here. If I let go of Shift, it will put the semicolon. If I hold Shift, it's gonna use the colon. These square brackets or curly brackets, etc. Control and Alt are also modifier keys. They are mostly used for shortcuts. So one shortcut that I really like to use often is if I want to delete things very quickly, I can hold down Control and then press backspace, and the whole thing will go away. What this actually does is it deletes one word at a time. So if I hold Control and press backspace, it's gonna delete dog, then lazy, then over. I can just hold it and line disappears. But let's say I wanted that sentence back. We can undo by holding down Control and then Z. You can press Z to undo multiple times. You can even get everything back. We can undo as many times as we want. Or we could redo using Control Y, because I just deleted them, then I undid them, now I want to go back, I'm like, oh no, I actually want to delete it. So I'll hold Control Y and it's gonna redo what I did. Few more shortcuts that are used very commonly. If we just quickly take our mouse and highlight this and press Control and C, we will copy that sentence. And what we can do is go on a new line and press Control and V to paste it. We can paste it as many times as we want. Or if we wanted to, instead of copying and pasting, we could cut and paste. So I have this sentence here. I don't just want to copy it, I want to completely remove it. So we'll press Control X and then put in a new line, Control V. Those are the most commonly used shortcuts. There are a few more, like for example, holding Alt and F4 will close Notepad. So since this is most likely your first time using a keyboard, you do need to practice. You need to practice typing, getting fast at typing so that you become more efficient and you can get work done more quickly. To practice typing, I recommend this website called Monkey Type. So if you just quickly open your web browser of choice, I use Firefox. Just go Monkey Type, the search bar. Should be the first link that shows up. And then over here, it will give you a random string of words that you can practice, try and get as fast as possible. Man, I'm actually built different. I dare you to try and beat that. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time when I feel like uploading.